Good morning, everybody. Time for yoga. Give people a minute to get checked in. If you don't hear me say your name, it's probably because I don't see it. So feel free to send me a private message. Some of you have already done that. Good morning, Belinda. Leslie's on Zoom. Hi, Ron. Hi, Kitty. All right, so we are starting on our backs. Hi, Darby. How's it going? Hey, Jessica. Are you going to practice? Hi, Susan. Hi, Sharon. So we're going to start on our backs. Good morning, Candace. And you can either start with your feet wide and your knees together, or your knees wide and your feet together. Arms can either be resting on your torso. You can stack them on your heart, or put one on your left on your heart, right on your belly button, or you can just stretch them out. You can also just start with extending your legs and just start in full Shavasana. So we're going to get centered here today. And while you guys are there, I'm going to start with our reading that I've been reading from Comfortable with Uncertainty by Pema Chodron. And I just can't believe how relevant it is. I mean, I can, but yeah. So as you guys get comfortable on your backs and get centered, let's all just take a big inhale together, hold the breath, and then open your mouth and exhale. And then just settle into your breath. Finding that equal, steady breath. So we're on our backs, Heather. And connecting to your breath in and out through your nose. Checking in with where you are, the space around you. Notice the sounds you hear. Notice your mat under your body and each point of support where your body touches. And then notice if there are places you're gripping away from the floor, and see if you can relax and release into the floor. So just wiggle on down into the floor. And then notice your chest rising and falling with each breath, expanding and contracting. And just stay there with your breath, finding your deep, equal breath. And we'll start with our reading for the day. And it's on Thursday, we talked about why meditate. And we should never underestimate our low tolerance for discomfort. And today we're going to talk about, or it's going to read about the 4 qualities of Maitri, which is love and kindness. Meditation takes us just as we are, with our confusion and our sanity. This complete acceptance of ourselves as we are is simple, direct relationship with our being. We are calling Maitri. These 4 qualities of Maitri that are cultivated when we meditate. 1, steadfastness. When we practice meditation, we are strengthening our ability to be steadfast with ourselves and our body, as well as our mind. Number 2, clear seeing. Clear seeing is another way of saying that we have less self-deception. Through the process of practicing the unique day in and day out, year in and year out, we began to be honest with ourselves. Number 3, experiencing our emotional distress. We practice dropping whatever story we are telling ourselves and leaning into the emotions and the fear. We stay with the emotion and experience it and leave it as it is without proliferating. Thus, we train in opening the fearful heart to the restlessness of our own energy. We learn to abide with the experience of our emotional distress. And number 4, attention to the present moment. We make the choice, moment by moment, to be fully here. Attending to our present moment, mind and body is the way of being tender towards ourselves, towards others, and towards the world. This quality of attention is inherent in our ability to love. These 4 factors not only apply to sitting meditation, but are essential to all the bodhicitta practices. So remember, that's your noble heart practices, and relating with difficult situations in our daily lives. By cultivating them, we can start to train as a warrior, discovering for ourselves that it is bodhicitta, not confusion, that is basic. It is your noble heart that is prevalent. So stay with your breath. Just take a moment and just notice what emotions that might have brought up in you, and then just let them drift away and remembering settle to the present moment. So again and again we come back here and we practice on our mat so we can live it in our lives. And if you have an intention or a dedication that you are working on that you would like to bring into your practice at this moment, just bring that word into your mind and connect it to your breath. The only word the mind can think. Remembering we always practice ahimsa, nonviolence. Starts with ourselves so we can live it in our lives. Starts on our mats so we can do it in our car. And then gently reach your arm over your head and just stretch them so we're still on the floor. Just stretch your arms over your head. And then just gently bring your knees up into your chest and just make little circles around your back. Reverse your circles. And then just plant your feet. So keep your knees bent and take your pinky toes near the edges of your mat. And then I'll just turn this way. So you move your knees, but your feet stay where they are. So both knees are going to fall to the left and look to the right. Breathe down the front of that right thigh from the hip to the knee. And then come up to center and let your knees go to the other side. And notice how your feet don't move. So your knees are staggered here, they're not stacked. And then come back to center and just gently pull your knees in one more time. Make those little circles again. And then plant your feet and take your right leg straight up in the air. Interlace your fingers behind the hamstring. Circle the ankle. Reverse the circle. And relax. Stay here or walk your hands up your calf towards your ankle. If it makes you bend your knee, you've gone too far. So find that spot where you can hold a straight leg and feel the stretch in the middle of the hamstring right here. And breathe into that space. Now take your ankle, cross it over your bent knee, make a figure 4, energetically press the right knee away. You can stay here, You can add some pressure with the hand. If it feels okay, you're gonna lift the foot that's on the floor, right hand between the thighs, left hand around, grab the hamstring or the shin. Any variations that feel good here. So remember, you're only adding what does not create pain. So options here, I'll show you what they are. You might not be doing anything. You can extend the back leg. You can reach up to the other ankle. You can get deeper into this hip by doing like a rock the baby here. You wrap the elbow around the knee, the other elbow around the foot, and you can drop that back leg to a hover, the extended leg to a hover. So remember, if none of that works for you, you're not adding it. You might still be here, and that's perfect, just where you should be. So work with your body where it is today. And if it went out, bring it back in. We're all going to put the left foot down and take your right leg straight up in the air. Same leg straight up. Flex the foot. Low back pushes down. Slow as you can, lower that right leg. So using the strength of your back, your core, to lower the leg. Once the leg touches, give it a little rock, and then take your arms in a T, and we're going to let the knee go across the body. Knee to the right, gaze over the left arm. Keep that left shoulder on the mat. It's probably going to want to pop up. That means the knee went too far. Keep the shoulder down, more important than the knee. Come back to center, hug it in, and rock it out. And then plant your feet and take your left leg high. Interlace your fingers at the hamstring. Circle the ankle. Reverse the circle. Relax it. Stay right there or go further up the leg. Remember, you're not bending the knee. You're just finding that spot where you can hold a straight leg and targeting the hamstring. And you're breathing into that space. Now take your ankle, cross it over your bent knee, find your figure four. Options here, stay here, energetically pushing the knee away. You can add the hand, you can lift the foot, you can thread the left arm through, reach the right arm around, grab the hamstring or the shin. Stay where it feels good for you. If you're adding on, you know your options now, right? You can extend the back leg, you can reach up, you can do a rock the baby, you can hover the right leg. If the leg went out, bring it back in. And then we're all putting the right foot down. We're sitting the left foot straight up. Flex the foot. Low back pushes into the floor. Slow as you can. Lower the left leg. Once the leg touches the floor, rock it side to side. And then arms open into a T. Knee goes across the body. Knee to the left. Gaze over the right shoulder. Keep that right shoulder on the floor. And then come back to center and hug both knees in. Rock out your back again. And you can stay here, or we'll bring the bottoms of the feet together, press the knees away. Stay there, or you can find happy baby, both feet up, knees down. You can rock a little, side to side. All right, so we're gonna come up to a seat. You guys know your options. You can rock a few times along the spine if you wanna bring the knees together and just rock from sacrum to shoulders. Those of you that are working on a rock up with straight legs, you're always welcome to do that. We're all gonna sit up. And take your legs wide. Hands on your shins. And then slide over to the right ankle. Stay here. Or take that left arm up alongside the ear. Keep the heart open, keep spinning. Don't round in on yourself. Some of you might drop the bottom arm. Some of you might be able to grab the foot. If you're grabbing the foot, you're going for the pinky toe side. And you're all breathing. And then squeeze your belly, come up to center, and slide to the other side. Keep it here or add that right arm. Find your stretch and breathe into it. And then squeeze your belly to come up and just wiggle your shoulders here, release your back, bring your hands in front and just walk them forward. So you're still warming up, so if you're used to going a little lower, it might not be quite there yet, so just honor your body and let it be where it is today. And then walk your hands back in and bring the bottoms of the feet together and do a little butterfly. Just bounce your knees gently. So remember, you're never creating pain. Make adjustments, take it away. Stay up tall or fold in towards your toes. And then go ahead, sit up and make your way to hands and knees. So finding your tabletop position, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. So when you're ready, on an inhale, drop your belly, lift your head, hold here. Notice what you feel. Be with that feeling. Wait for an exhale, arch your back high, push the floor away, hold here and breathe. Notice what you feel. And then connecting to your breath, inhaling, sway back, and exhaling, cats. And just flow with your breath. We might move at different paces. If you have different wiggles that feel good for you, feel free to add those. If you have a different warm-up practice, change out your wrists, sway a little. I'm just going to stay right here. And then wait for your next exhale, return to a flat back. And just rest into child's pose. Hips towards the heels, forehead towards the mat. And then go ahead, shift forward, hands and knees. And on an inhale, let your right arm reach high. As you exhale, thread the right arm under, relax the shoulder, relax the side of the head, and just hang out here. Press into the left hand and breathe. Now press into your left hand, reach out and up with the right. And drop it down. And then left arm goes out and up. And exhale, thread it under, relax all the way down. And breathe. And then pressing into the right hand, reach out and up with the left. And then drop it down. And tuck your toes as you press your hips towards your heels. Breathe into your toes and your feet. And then when you're ready, spread your fingers wide, look forward, and push your hips up. Find your first down dog. So remember, if down dog isn't feeling good today, hands and knees is always an option. Keep breathing. Pedal it out, walk it out, move it around, whatever feels good here. And then we'll all come to stillness. Hold your down dog or your hands and knees, scoop your belly in, relax your shoulders. And notice what you feel. You can move your head around, saying yes and no. And then either drop to your knees or shift to plank. So push the floor away if you're in plank. If you're staying at your knees, you can walk your hands forward and end up in a knee push-up position. And just breathe. And then we're all going to put our knees down, elbows in, lower all the way down. On an inhale, keep your hands where they are. Roll up just your head, neck, and chest. Find cobra. You should be able to lift the hands at this point. Wait for an exhale, lower. Inhale, hands and knees, stay there, or take it all the way back, down dog. We'll do one more just like that. Inhale, plank, or hands and knees. Adjust, make it a knee push-up if your knees are down. Breathe. Reach through the crown of the head. Nice. And then these can stay lifted, or you're going to drop them down, but you want the elbows with the ribs wherever you are. Inhale, you can do another cobra, or slide your hands back an inch, extend the arms, find up dog. You can look back over the shoulders, wiggle a little. When you're done, take it up and back, down dog or hands and knees. Let go of too much heat out the mouth. And then walk your hands and feet towards each other, coming into Ragdoll, Uttanasana. Any movement that feels good. Bend your knees, sway your hips, shake your head, yes and no. Grab off the elbows. And then drop your arms, bend your knees, squeeze your belly, stack your vertebrae, coming all the way up. At the top, reach. Keep your arms up, relax your shoulders down. And go ahead and take hold of your right wrist with your left hand, stretch it over to the left side. Stay here. If you have a variation, you can add that. I like to take the right foot behind, bend both knees, kind of like a curtsy, and pull a little more to the left. Feels like too much, it is too much. Go ahead, bring it back to center. Grab the other wrist, stretch it over. And then keep it there, or take the left foot behind, bend and curtsy, pull to the right. And then come back to center. Just drop your arms, touch your thighs, and slide back towards your toes. Stay right here, or you can take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, let the arms pull away to stretch it out. And then put your hands back down, reach for your toes. On an inhale, push your shins away. Find Ardha Uttanasana, long flat back. So notice if you're rounding here, and you can test that by physically rounding like cat pose. And then imagine you're going to go into cow, reach through the crown of the head, push the tailbone back. You won't be able to quite go into cow because of the alignment in the spine, but it's going to get you to that straighter spine. And then soften. Inhale, bend your knees, come all the way up. At the top, reach, stretch long and tall. Keep dropping your tailbone. Only if it feels good, add a little back bend here. And then come up straight before your hands come to your heart. Drop your arms. Step to the top of your mat and find your mountain. Shoulders are back and down. Tadasana. Take a moment, reconnect your breath. Remember your intention. On an inhale, arms reach high. On an exhale, fold down towards your toes. On an inhale, push your shins away. On an exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, left foot to the back. Drop the left knee all the way down. Sink into that left hip flexor. Remember, you can use blocks to lift the floor, or hands can come up to the thigh if the floor is too far away. And the stretch is in that left hip flexor. Don't let that right knee go past the ankle. Wait for an exhale, hips back, toes lift. Hands walk with you if the hamstring is tight. Keep it forward and fold if you need a stretch. And then shift the weight back into the right foot. Tuck your toes. You can go to hands and knees or straight to down dog. You can cat-cow or add a vinyasa. So like in practice, inhale, plank. Exhale, knees down, elbows in. Inhale can be cobra or up dog. Exhale, hands and knees or down dog. On an inhale, either from hands and knees or down dog, let your left leg lift high. Keep the leg straight for a moment, toes pointed down. Now turn the toes to the side. Let's see if the leg will go higher. Only if it feels good, bend the knee and open the hip. And breathe. And now heave ho. Get that left foot up towards the left thumb. Take as many steps as you need to. You might need to drop the back knee, pick it up and bring it. And then stack your joints and sink into your right hip flexor. Shine your heart open. Wait for an exhale, hips back, toes lift, Ardha Hanuman, half splits. Hands walk with you if your hamstring is tight. Blocks can come too. And then shift the weight back into the left foot. Tuck your toes, hands and knees, or down dog. Cat-cow, or add your vinyasa, your flow, whatever that looks like. Can be inhale, plank. Lower. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, down dog or not. On an inhale, let your right leg lift high. Keep the toes down, hips square. Now turn the toes to the side, see if it'll go higher. Only if it feels good, bend the knee, open the hip. And then step it all the way up. This time, let's keep our left hand flat on the mat or block. Put your right hand on the thigh above the knee. Press into both hands and look over the right shoulder. Keep the right hand low or reach it high. And then bring that right hand down. We're staying here. You're going to come up for balance. So if you need to step that back foot up, step it up a little. And then come up for a high lunge. You can push off the thigh or hover your way up. Find your high lunge, find your breath, find your gazing spot straight out in front of you, your drishti. Stay here, or left arm forward, right arm back, have a twist. Keep it there, or drop the right hand, left arm goes up for a bigger stretch. And then wait for an exhale, bring both hands to the top of the mat. We're stepping up with the left foot. And back with the right. Now right hand flat on the mat or block. Left hand on the thigh. Turn and twist. Look over the left shoulder. Keep it low or reach it high. Breathe. And then bring your hand down. Adjust your feet if you need to. You're coming up for that high lunge. Arms up. Shoulders relax, belly still engaged, and you're breathing. Stay here or right arm forward, left arm back. Maybe you drop the left hand, maybe the right arm goes up for a little side stretch. Wait for an exhale, cartwheel your hands to the floor. You have a choice here. You can step up to ragdoll or back to down dog. If you went to down dog, you can hold or add your flow. Honor your body, your practice. Nice. If you went to down dog, bring both feet back to the top of the mat. If you're folded forward, push your shins away or the floor away. Find your Ardha, whatever that looks like. Your half forward fold. And soften. Inhale, come all the way up. Stretch it out at the top. Drop your tailbone only if it feels good. Add a back bend. And then come up straight before your hands come down. And drop your arms. Find your mountain. So adding on, we're going to take a chair. So let's just reach arms up, shoulders down. Bend your knees. And find Utkatasana, chair pose. Breathe. So belly's in, tailbone's down. If you look down, your toes are in front of your knees. They shouldn't be over here. Push them back. Engage and lift the belly. And breathe. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. On an inhale, just straighten your legs and drop your arms. On an exhale, bend your knees and find your chair. And just add that with your breath. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, sink low. Just do 2 more on your own. And then we're going to hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, fold forward. And heel toe your feet until your pinky toes are near the edges of your mat. So option 1 is stay here. If you have knee issues, it might feel better. Option 2, elbows above the knees, bend your knees, high squat. If you have knee flexion issues, hips stay above the knees. Feels good on hips and knees, go ahead, drop the hips towards the floor. Find your malasana. Thumbs might work to the sternum. Elbows to the inside. You can add a little movement if you're comfortable. Stay here as long as you like. When you're ready to come out, elbows above the knees. Press together to come up. Hang out. Take a shot at crow. Take a vinyasa. Whatever works for you here. Whatever's in your practice. Nice. That looks good. When you're done, we'll mate back up at ragdoll. So take what you need. If you haven't been there, do it. And then inhale, find Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Stretch it out at the top. Drop your tailbone only if it feels good. Add that little back bend. And then come up straight before your hands come down. And drop your arms. Go ahead and step your right foot back. I'm just going to turn this way. And set up for warrior 2 position. So heel to arch alignment, arms up parallel. Look over your left middle finger and bend into your left knee. And breathe. Keep tracking that knee open. Don't let the knee go past the ankle. Belly still lifts. It's a hip opener here. And just check out your shoulders. So turn your palms up, bend your elbows like, I don't know. And then try to keep the shoulders down as the arms go straight. If it feels okay, palms go back over. If they pop up, keep the palms turned up. Now flip your left hand. We're going to stretch the left arm forward. And then we're going to reach it back. If you can, keep the bend. If it feels like too much and you want less heat, just straighten that leg. So we're going to reverse warrior. Or reverse triangle. Now go ahead and bring your arms back parallel. Now straighten your left leg and take that left arm out. Stretch it over and reach down towards the shin, the foot, the floor, a block, whatever works for you. Belly still lifts, tailbone still drops. If it hurts the shoulder, let it rest down on the hip. Gaze is up if it doesn't bother the neck. If it does, look to the side or look down. And stay with your breath. Now squeeze your belly tight, press into both feet, come up and stretch it back. This time leg is straight. And then drop your arms and just take that right foot. We're going to heel toe the right foot forward and square your hips towards your left foot. So whichever side you're facing. So pyramid pose. Hands can be on the thigh or behind the back. If they're behind the back, you can grab elbows. You can do reverse prayer. Whatever works here. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, crown of the head forward, tailbone back, and fold down, chin towards your shin. So, if you're here and you're like, the arms behind the back are not letting me get the stretch in the hamstring, forget the arms, reach for the floor, your blocks, your leg. Find your perfect pose and breathe into it. Now, if your arms are down, you're going to bring the thumbs below the knees. Stay where you are. Otherwise, squeeze your belly. We're all pressing into the feet, and we're coming up to stand. Arms high. And then take your right arm forward, left arm back. And then arms up. And just bend into your left knee, so you're in now warrior one. So adjust if you need to. And then wait for an exhale, hands go down. You have your choice here, step up to ragdoll or back to down dog. So here or here, you can take a squat or add your flow. Inhale, plank, exhale, lower. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, Adho Mukha Shavasana. If you're in down dog, bring both feet to the top of your mat. On an inhale, find Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, stretch it out at the top. Drop your tailbone, only if it feels good at that little back bend. Come up straight before your hands come down. Drop your arms and step your left foot back. Setting up warrior two on the other side. Arms up, look over your right middle finger, bend into your right knee. Make all those adjustments and breathe. Let's turn our palms up, check out our shoulders by bending our elbows, see if they're really down. Re-extend. Now take that right hand, flip it forward, stretch it way out in front, and then sweep it back, reverse warrior or reverse triangle if you want less heat in that front thigh. And then we're coming back to warrior two and straighten the left leg. Triangle pose. Right arm stretches out, out, out before it reaches down. Adjust, tuck your tailbone, lift your belly like you're between two sheets of glass. Roll the right shoulder away. Honor your body, don't create pain. Now squeeze your belly tight, press into both feet, come up, let's stretch it back again. And then drop your right arm. Now heel toe the left foot up and square your hips towards the right foot. And then hands can be behind the back or on the thigh, find what works for you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crown of the head reaches out as you fold. Chin towards the shin. Or just keep reaching crown of the head to the back of the room, or the back of your mat, the front of your mat, whichever way your right foot is pushing. If you went low, lengthen through your spine, squeeze your belly. If your hands are not behind your back, take them to the waist for that extra support as you press into your feet to stand. And then arms high. And left arm forward, right arm back. Scissor your inner thighs, press into both feet. And then arms up, bend into your right knee. You're in warrior one. Don't let the knee go past the ankle. And breathe. And then hands down. You can step up to ragdoll or back to down dog. You can hold, flow, or rest. If you went to down dog, bring both feet back to the top of your mat. If you're folded forward, push your shins away or the floor away, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, stretch it out at the top, drop your tailbone, only if it feels good, add that little back bend. And come up straight before your hands come down. Drop your arms and just step your feet wide so you're facing whichever side works for you, so you're facing your camera. And then angle your toes at 1 and 11, and then bend your knees and sit into a squat. So belly in, tailbone down, knees track open. Make sure your knees are wide enough apart so your knees are not going past the ankle. So no Charlie Chaplins. Sink low, belly's in. Find your breath. And just breathe here. Hands can stay on your knees. can bring them up, make a little mudra. And on an inhale, just straighten your legs and drop your arms. Exhale, bend your knees and find your squat. Inhale, up straight. Exhale, sink low. Let's do 2 more on your own. And then we'll all meet in our squat and we'll hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, come up, drop your arms. Now square your feet, fold forward, touch the floor. And just hang out here. Breathe into where you're feeling it. Any variation that feels good for you here. So you can have a position where your hands stay on the floor. If you keep working the crown of the head down, pull the elbows in, work the wrists under the elbows. You can have B position where hands are at the waist. You try to get your head to go to the same spot. C position, open your shoulders, let the arms pull away. Of course, headstands, whatever else you might have here in your practice, find what works for you and breathe. We're going to be here for about 3, 5 more breaths. And then whenever you're done, let's all just walk our hands way out in front. So we end up in a wide leg down dog. Straight line from the wrists to the hips. And then walk your hands in and push the floor away. Now make sure your wrists are under your shoulders. Put your right hand under the face. It can be on a block to lift the floor. Left arm high, twist it open. And then go ahead and switch it out. And then bring it down. And then you're just going to turn to the top of your mat. So whichever toe's facing the top, go ahead and go for it. Turn it up there. You can step it up to ragdoll or back to down dog. You can rest or flow. Your body, your practice. Looks great. Nice. Now if you're in down dog, bring both feet to the top of your mat. If you're folded forward, find Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Stretch it out at the top. Drop your tailbone only if it feels good. Add a little back bend. And then come up straight before your hands come down. Drop your arms, find your mountain, and we're moving into balance. So start with your left foot, lift your toes and spread them wide. And we'll go with tree. So go ahead, take the knee out to the side, belly up, tailbone down, hands at the heart. Hands stay here or bring it higher. You can help the foot above the knee. Try not to press on the knee. If you go above the knee, push the thigh into the foot. You can add your arms. Side for balance, up, but make sure the shoulders stay down. If you need help with balance, find a spot on the floor to stare at. If you need a challenge, lift the gaze, but not the chin. You still need a challenge. You can add a little side stretch. Take your right hand to the knee. Take the left arm over. Come in and out as you need to. And then we're coming back up. Hands to the heart. If you want a core challenge, hands to the waist. See if you can release that right leg, bring it to the front, ankle under the knee. Don't lean back. If you're going to extend the leg, point the toe, drop it down. Shake out the hips, shake out the legs, and switch to the right foot. So spread the toes wide, left knee kickstand. Focus more on the lift through the crown of the head than you do on that foot. Find your position that works on this side. It might be different. You can go higher. Hang out where you are. Add the arms. Or not. You can try changing the gaze. You can try that side stretch again. back to the center, hands to the heart. If you want that core challenge, hands to the waist. Don't lean back. If you're gonna bring the leg to the front, extend, point, and drop it. Shake out the hips, shake out the legs, and find your mountain. Let go of too much heat out the mouth. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold forward. Let's put some space between the feet here and walk both hands to the right side of the right foot. Let your left hand grab the calf or ankle, right arm up, put a bend in the left knee, stretch out that right hip. And then go ahead, switch sides. Right arm reaches across, left arm up if it feels good. If it doesn't, keep it down, bend the right knee. And then go ahead, drop it down. Grab opposite elbows, sway a little side to side. And then drop your arms, bend your knees, squeeze your belly, come all the way up. Arms reach. Step it together, stretch long and tall. Drop your tailbone only if it feels good. Add that little back bend. Come up straight before your hands come to your heart. Drop your arms and move back into the left foot. All right, so I'll give you an option. You can go back to tree if tree is still something you're trying to improve or work on. If it feels okay, you're gonna bring the right leg up and straight out in front like we finished the last pose. And then just interlace your fingers in front of the knee and kind of pull it in. You can put the toes down or flex it up, whatever feels good. And then you can stay here. So if it feels okay, we're gonna add that same opening that we had on tree. Just keep your right hand on your knee and take the knee to the side. This hand can stay at the waist, or you can reach it out for balance. You can look that way. Keep tucking the tailbone, keep breathing. Looks great. Now go ahead, bring it back in. And take your hands to your waist. Now don't lean back as you extend the leg. Point the toe, hold it if you can for a breath or so. And then lower it, so don't let it drop, but lower it. And shake it out. And try the other side. So remember, tree is your option. Or bring the knee up, hug it in, squeeze it, because it feels good. Doesn't feel good, it's the wrong pose. Stay where you are, or keep the left hand on the knee, let the knee open. Right hand can stay at the waist, so you can add it for balance. You can change up the gaze. So even if you're comfortable with a straight leg here, this is nice. I think it gets a nice little squeeze in that glute in a different way. And go ahead, bring it to center. If you're gonna extend the leg, hands are to the waist, you don't lean back. Extend and point, hold it for a couple breaths if you can, and then lower it with control. Shake out the hips, shake out the legs, and find your mountain at the top of your mat. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold forward. Stay here, have another squat, have another shot at crow. So if you're not familiar or comfortable with crows, not in your practice, I did a little mini breakdown on the Yahoo YouTube page. And when you're done doing what you're doing, make your way back to down dog or child's pose. Hold or flow. Nice back bend, that looks great. And then we're all gonna meet at hands and knees. And just move through 2 cat-cow tilts on your own. So inhale, exhale, arch high. And wait for your exhale, return to a flat back, and take your left leg straight back. Toes on the mat, press through the heel. Tuck the tailbone, lift the belly. And then if it feels okay, we're floating the leg. Now stay here or right arm forward, reach and pull both directions. Keep it here, or we'll add a little core by squeezing the elbow and knee together. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. 2 more. Or not. And then reach it out long, hold it. And then put your hand down. Let the lifted foot cross over the right. Look over the right shoulder towards your toes. Now swing the left leg out. Reach the left arm high. Keep it straight up, or you can let it fall back. So create a little twist in your back, a stretch in your shoulder. If you have a bind practice here, that left thumb turns towards the floor and reaches for that bottom right thigh. Inner thigh. And go ahead, bring it back down. Bring your knee in and send the right leg back. So go ahead, push through the heel, tuck the tailbone, engage and lift, and then float the leg, or not. Left arm forward if you're at it. If you want that core, exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, stretch it out. Use your breath. So strong core is longevity. 2 more. Helps us do our other yoga poses. Last one. And then put the hand down. Let the foot cross over the left. Look over the left shoulder towards your toes. Also helps us do other things we like in life, like hiking and skiing. And then right leg to the side. Right arm high. Keep it out or let it fall back. If you like the bind, turn the thumb down, reach for the bottom, inner thigh. And then bring your hand down, bring your knee in, tuck your toes as you press your hips towards your heels. And stay here or push it to down dog. Hold or flow through your last vinyasa. And then let's all meet at hands and knees. Move through 2 cat-cow tilts. Inhale, look up. Exhale, arch high. One more time. And then make your way onto your bottom. Swing your legs around to the front. And you're going to lower yourself onto your back. So you can just flop onto your back if you want one last core option. Reach your arms, tuck your chin, tuck down one vertebrae at a time. And once you're down, you can rock it out. We're going to bring our feet in so they're hips width apart, parallel, close to the bottom. We'll do our flowing bridge. If you prefer a static pose or you're working on other back bends, feel free to do that. The flowing bridge, you just press into your feet, start to tilt your pelvis, and as the hips lift, the arms go up, overhead. And as you exhale, you roll back down. And just connect to your breath. Inhale, roll up. And exhale, roll down. So a few more on your own. Let's all do one more. And then we'll all meet with our knees hugged in, rock out your back. Take our last supine twist. So if you have a favorite, you can add that. Otherwise, just stacked knees, fall to the left, look to the right. And then bring it up and let it go to the other side. When you feel balanced out, bring it back to center, hug it in and rock it out. Stay here or bottoms of the feet together, knees press away. Stay there or both feet high, happy baby. Last movements, it might feel good. bring them together. If your knees are wide, pull them in. If it feels okay, hug yourself up into a tight little ball. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, stretch it out. Make any additional movements you need to be completely relaxed. If you like a longer Shavasana, feel free to go ahead and turn off the audio or exit completely. So make any movements you need to make your body feel ready for rest. And when you're there, make sure your back is comfortable. You can try and take the legs wider. Slide the flesh of the bottom away. If it still doesn't feel good, just keep your knees bent. And just let the breath return to normal. And just imagine a beautiful golden light pours in through the crown of the head. As the light pours through your body, it brings warmth and relaxation to the scalp, the forehead, the eyes, the nose, and the mouth are relaxed. Make sure you're not clenching your jaw. The neck and shoulders are relaxed. The arms, hands, and fingers are relaxed. The chest with your heart and lungs. The abdomen with all your internal organs. The upper, middle, and lower back are relaxed. The hips, the pelvis, the buttocks. The thighs, the knees, the calves and shins. The ankles, the feet, and out the toes. The body is completely relaxed. This state of peace is your true nature. Take a few moments just to be. And I'll close with a reading from Rolf's book from day 9, talking about abhyasa again, which is practice. Remembering that it is not just yoga practice, but also the attitude with which a practice is approached. It is not something we earn or achieve through force of will. Rather, it is an innate human capacity that we awaken through practice, through our own willingness. It is an energy that builds in our lives as we use it, and it will be there for us in hard times and in good. So bring the awareness to your breath. Let it fill your body. Start to bring small movements to your fingers and toes, your hands and feet, your arms and legs, until you're ready for a big stretch from fingertips to toes. And if it feels good, hug your knees up into your chest one last time. If it feels right to you, just roll to whatever side feels right to you today. So intuitively know what you need. You do. And in your own time, in your own way, when you're ready, make your way back up to your comfortable seat, and we'll close our practice. Find your tall spine. Find your breath. Jnana Mudra, the balancing mudra, thumb and first finger together. A reminder that we are okay, we are whole, we are connected. Let your hands come together in front of your heart. Bow in to your noble heart. And give gratitude. Have a beautiful, joy-filled week. Namaste. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Thank you for practicing. Thank you for being here. If you have any questions, let me know. Let me know if I can do anything to help. I'm going to say goodbye to the Facebook people. See you guys soon. Send me a message if you need anything. All right.